Have you ever heard of the midnight vaudeville? Back in the 1930s, when the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl turned the heartland into a graveyard, the hunger didn't just kill the body, it starved the soul. In those days, when the soil was black and the cattle lay rotting in the fields, the old-timers say the dead grew restless. They say that when a town was truly forsaken, when the last candle of hope had flickered out, the lonely spirits would raise their own stage. They'd pitch a ragged gray tent in the middle of a barren cornfield and perform for a crowd that had no breath in its lungs. In the old country, they called it ghost theater. Here in the Dust Bowl, we call it the silent circus of Miller's Creek. Imagine you're walking home on a moonless night, the dust stinging your eyes. Suddenly you hear it. The distant, mournful scratch of a fiddle. The rhythmic, heavy thud of a bass drum. And then a high-pitched, warbling voice, like a woman singing from the bottom of a well. You follow the light, thinking it's a traveling show or a revival meeting. You find the stage sitting right on a jagged hill where the soil is too dead to grow weeds. The benches are packed. Hundreds of figures sit there, shoulder to shoulder. They're dressed in their Sunday best suits from a century ago, lace dresses turned gray by rot. But the silence is what breaks you. They sit perfectly still. Not a single cough. Not a single whisper. If you're foolish enough to get closer, you'll see them. The performers on the stage have skin as white as flour and lips as red as fresh spilled blood. Their eyes are just hollow sockets, yet you can feel them watching you. They don't walk across the boards. They glide, their feet never touching the wood. And the audience. If you look down at the grass, you'll see the terrifying truth. The lanterns are burning bright, casting long orange shadows. But the people on the benches, they have no shadows at all. Their hair hangs long and matted, hiding faces that have long since been forgotten by the living. This is the silent circus. The ghosts are watching ghosts. And they don't like intruders. There are rules to the midnight vaudeville. If you find yourself in that crowd, remember them or you'll never see the sunrise. First, never hum along. If you let even a single note of their music escape your throat, your soul is signed over to the show. You'll wake up the next morning sick, wasting away until you finally wander back into the fields to join the cast, never to return. Second, never applaud. Never cheer. Never whistle. To them your sound is a beacon. Tells them you can see them. Third, never look back. If you try to leave, walk straight ahead. If you turn your head to see who's behind you, you'll find the entire audience staring at you with wide black eyes. They'll pull you down onto the bench, and you'll be trapped in that show, a silent spectator for eternity. Even the old traveling circus troupes knew about this. They say if a troupe was performing in a dead town and the air suddenly turned ice cold, or if the stage lights flickered green, it meant the dead had come to watch. When that happened, the ringmaster had to signal the band to play the Reaper's Hymn. A heavy, somber melody meant to escort the spirits back to the earth. If they didn't finish the song before the last candle went out, well, the whole troupe would vanish by morning. So, if you're driving through the old plains and you see a tent pitched in a field where nothing grows, and you hear the faint, scratchy sound of an old-timey fiddle, don't stop, don't look, and for the love of God, don't clap, because the midnight vaudeville is always looking for a new audience member, and you might just have the perfect seat.